You're starting to get familiar with what is inside My Homeschool Village and all the many resources that we have. And I'm sure you're a little overwhelmed, but don't be, okay? We're going to show you just some quick basics. I've already written up a few things for you to help you as you organize this. Now, there is not one way to organize My Homeschool Village and its programs because each family is unique, different. You have different daytime schedules and nighttime schedules. You have different rhythms, you have different interests, okay? And so I'm going to give you what I have done in the past and some suggestions, very big on suggestions, and then you choose what fits for you and your kids, all right? So let me show you. First of all, don't try to use every program every day. All right. What you're going to do is as you go in, and I'll show you this in just a few minutes when I actually go in and show you how to set up the programs. You're going to go in and you're going to bookmark each program that your child will be using for their age appropriate. Each child should have their own computer. Chromebooks work just fine. You can do most of this on the iPad. I do think they need a keyboard. So you go in and set each child on their own device. You bookmark each one of these programs. We also have a little quick link area for you. And go in and make sure that each child is set up. And then you're going to take one class at a time, not one program at a time. Okay. You're going to start with just pick one. Do you want them to start working on reading? Do you want them to start working on science? I personally recommend that your children under the age of 8 are immediately set up on Starfall and Epic. Get them going. The next step I highly recommend is that you put your elementary kids on Generation Genius. Generation Genius will help fill in holes for their science and math, put them on the kindergarten and have them go all the way through. Okay. Just have them do the videos up and until they're learning new things and then start having them do the assignments. But the key here is not everything every day. If you have the unit studies, if you purchased our unit studies are not meant to be used with unit studies and all of this together. There are unit study parents and there are not unit study parents. And that's okay. We have both. Some parents use our unit studies on a daily basis. Some people use them as their only lesson, and some use them once a week or once a month. The point is that you have the complete freedom to use them as you will and how you like them. Okay. Some people just use them when they need a break or to change things up. But ideally, here's what a day looks like. They get up in the morning. They do now, younger kids, they play until they fight. Okay. They get free time. They wake up slowly. They're allowed to move around the house. They play some Legos. They're hanging out together. Mom can lay in bed a little while or maybe get a workout in. When they fight, okay, rhythms, not schedules. When they fight and when they start to show that they're done, you make breakfast, you eat breakfast together, and after breakfast, you get them started on their computers. This is when they do their math, their science. Give them 2 or 3 topics. They don't have to, so Monday might be just science and math, and you just do Generation Genius with maybe some extra worksheets on have fun teaching to just solidify something. And then I always have my kids read and write every day. Journal write, copyright, wherever, or, learn the letters wherever they're at individually, writing daily. It teaches them journal writing, reading daily. They should be doing it anyway. We usually do that after lunch. So we do our math have tos, is what I call them. We do our have tos, the things that the state requires that you have to get done, right? We get those done before noon or before lunchtime. And lunchtime around here is like 11. So when it's time for lunch, we eat lunch and then it's quiet time. They get out their books, they read, they can do art time. This is when mom puts the baby down or takes a nap herself, but you can be quiet and read or you can sleep. That was always our rule. And if they didn't, they cleaned. So my kids all probably cleaned once before they decided that was not what they wanted to do and they liked read time. So they would go and read. After read time is creative time. Creative time is vital for your children, vital for their brains. They need to have a scheduled creative time every single day. So then we would do creative time. We used Creative Bug for this. They can go in and pick out their own thing. Sometimes we would say, okay, everybody gets a $10 budget. We're going to Joann's or Hobby Lobby, and you get to go pick what you need for your class. Come home and you'll do those classes. Sometimes they create it on their own. Sometimes it was building a treehouse in the backyard. Whatever it was that they decided, it was creative time. And we had a deal. Mom didn't interrupt creative time. That was when they went into the zone. They were allowed to work. They were allowed to leave out their projects for the next day's creative time. As long as they were working on projects daily, we left them out. If they went a couple of days without touching them, we put them away. And that's how we did it and controlled the mess just a little bit. We always had extra tables around for their creative art places because the dining table needs used for dinner, right? So if you can do extra tables for creative art time, great. But please know it is vital that they get that time. It's therapeutic for them, it's therapeutic for you. When they're little, you start out doing DIY projects and including them, and then slowly they'll start to do their own. So this is it was sacred time for us, that afternoon time. Now, a lot of moms are using the co-op here in my homeschool village, and they're putting their kids in our live classes. And if you want to do that, that's fine. You can upgrade to that program and you can get all of those classes in the afternoon. Your kids can be being taught by our homeschool moms. And there's a ton of classes for them to choose from once you've upgraded to that program. There's that option. Or just use our vault and our resources, and then use your afternoons for your creative time. After creative time, if we had to clean up, sometimes we left it. Then we would make dinner, clean the house, do a quick blitz. Don't clean before then, you guys. It's just going to cause you stress. Clean up dinner before dad gets home, have dinner together, and then dad would read to the kids at night. He would read out loud. I got a break. I went and did whatever I needed to do. He sat with the kids and read while they played Legos or books. And those were our typical days when our kids were younger. Now that they're older, it's a little different. They're older, they're running around. It is a different life with teenagers, but that's what we did in the elementary years. That was a nice solidifier for us. Usually on Wednesday, we would dump or forget the curriculum that we did Monday and Tuesday. And Wednesday, we would do a library day. We'd go to the we'd do a job or something in the morning. We'd go to the library when it opened. We'd load up on books. We'd come home or sometimes play at the park for a minute, come home, pop a bunch of popcorn, have a readathon Wednesday. It was our favorite. And we would sit and cuddle and read and eat snacks and we celebrated it. And then Thursday we did co-ops, classes, things that I made sure all of our karates and our dance classes and things were on Thursday. And then Friday we just took the day off. Sometimes we did online games. Sometimes that's when I let them game because they wanted to game and I wanted them to learn how to control that. And so we let them have Fridays if all their homework was done for the week. So that's what one of our a week looks like. So don't feel stressed that you have to do reading, writing, math, science, history, geography every day. You don't need to. Consistency does not mean daily. Consistency means over time. So consistency can be as long as they're hitting it all the subjects once a week. Okay, but guess what? You're gonna have weeks you don't even do that. Their education comes in binges, big binges, and they'll just binge. Another little piece of advice here, as your children are going through growth spurts, they also go through growth spurts in education. Their physical growth spurts, when they're going through a physical growth spurt, their physical brain education slows because their body has sped up. And as their body slows growth, their mental education speeds up. So be aware that it will ebb and flow depending on where your child's growing, and you don't always know that until it's too late because all of a sudden they're taller. So make sure that your child's getting enough sleep, that they're getting the right food, proteins, that they're happy emotionally before you push all this other stuff and get moving on it. If their brain is good, if their body is healthy, if their soul is whole, you can't stop their learning. But if their soul is broken, you can't start their learning. Good luck with that. Let me know if you have any questions. And next, we're going to talk about junior high and high school.